Okay, so this is my Penn State Ohio State preview. Um, Penn State's gonna be playing Ohio State at home this weekend. It's gonna be a whiteout. Should be a good game. Right now, Ohio State's number 2 in the country. Penn State's not even ranked. Ohio State's undefeated. They're coming off an overtime win against Wisconsin. Penn State's coming off of a 2-game winning streak against Maryland, a pretty impressive win against Maryland, and a win against Minnesota. Um, but I'm just gonna say I don't think those 2 wins that Penn State got were real. Those were good wins, and it's gonna tell us that Penn State's gonna be probably will be able to handle the Marylands this year and the middle of the pack teams like Minnesota. But there's a big difference between those teams and Ohio State. The Vegas spread is 20 and a half. 20 and a half, and they have in favor of Ohio State. I thought that was a little bit high on Ohio State. I think that it should be around 15 maybe. Just because it's a home game, it's a whiteout. Last time it was a whiteout, Penn State almost beat Ohio State, and they really should have. The refs blew that game up. If that never happened, Ohio State would have never won the national championship. But let's break this game down. Um, Penn State's offense is going to have to do something to win this game. If Penn State doesn't put up at least 20 some points, like they have to put up more than 25. I'm telling you that right now. Barkley needs a big day, and McSorley can't make any dumb mistakes. We need a big day from Barkley and McSorley. Penn State needs to get going early. We can't have any. We can't have no setbacks early on and let this game get out of hand. Um, I really think that this team can play well, but they really need to play for the whole game. Uh, and why won't this game be any different than the Michigan game? That's what I'm saying. And I don't know if it will, and I don't think it will be too much different than the 49-10 game. And then people will be like, oh, Penn State sucks, but then, we'll turn around and we'll do okay against against teams that aren't that good. So Ohio State is a great team. They have way more talent than Penn State. Penn State's got a little bit of talent, but Ohio State just has more. They have more talent. And Ohio State, that should power Ohio State into winning this game. I don't really think Penn State's going to have a real chance. I like to say this game stays closer than it does, but I just really can't think it will. Ohio State and Barrett are just going to kill our front seven. They're saying that we might get Kabinda back. Even if we do, I just can't see it being enough. There's a lot of keys for Penn State to win this game, and that's just to make the game competitive. That's just to make it within a 10-point game, basically. Sometimes the team's just better than you. I think that's it in this case. I think no matter how good Penn State plays, I still think they're going to lose the game. I just can't see this team beating Ohio State. But if they do, there's a big reward in winning. If you lose, you're supposed to lose. So it's not a big deal. But if you come out with a win, it's huge. Knock off number 2 in the country. So there's a difference in if Penn State wins this game, they're going to be ranked. Now, where if they lose, doesn't really matter. But like what I'm saying is Penn State after this game Purdue and Rutgers should be pretty easy wins, and they don't look very good at all. Michigan State doesn't look that great. Penn State probably should beat Michigan State. And Iowa, that could go either way. And Indiana looks pretty good. But Penn State still has more talent. So this Penn State team could run the table after this Ohio State game and end up going 9-3. Um, but they're still very young team. They're a very young team, and I think that it's showing up on defense this year. And I just think that this team, you know, in a year they'll have Barkley, McSorley, Godwin, Hamilton, Gesicki, Blacknell all back in the skill positions. They'll have Nelson will be back at offensive line. You'll have Mahone will be back. Bates will be back. McGovern will be back, and then you could probably put some younger people in that are going to be the future, like Bennett, Steven Gonzalez. There's a lot of future here, I think, but I still think that Penn State's a year away from really making this game close. I'm thinking Ohio State gets out to 14-7 lead. I'm saying 21-10 at half. We'll say they get a touchdown and make it 28-10 to really put this one away. And then it goes 35-10 to just completely put it away. But Penn State won't let it end up turning like the Michigan game. They'll get a touchdown, and then I think Ohio State gets another one. I was going to say 42-24 or 41-24, but I just can't see this offense putting up that many points. I think I learned that lesson against Michigan, and I think it's going to be a long day. If this offense can show up, like if they can make this game, like if they put up 28, this game could be like, 42-28, and it's a lot closer than a 42-17 game. But I really can't see this Penn State team winning it. I could easily see them covering the spread, but I'm going to say they end up losing by 25. I think it's going to be a bad night in Happy Valley, and it won't be so happy on Sunday morning, sadly. So that's a wrap for this video. Hopefully Penn State can shock the world and pull a huge upset, but right now I just can't see it happening. Peace out.